Hello, welcome back to Nothing and Everything. It's a podcast. What's your guys' names?
I'm Ben.
I'm Ariana.
Sorry, I was trying something new this week with a song. I'm a musical kind of guy.
I mean, honestly, like a simple little catchphrase, like "it's a podcast." It works. It's fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
People remember it. It's good.
brand recognition everywhere. Face tattoos all around.
I mean, if you think about it, the simplest little jingles are always the most memorable.
Yeah, like ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Everyone in the world could probably finish this. Red Robin.
Yum.
There you go.
Stanley Steamer.
Makes your home cleaner. Wait, is Stanley Steamer a thing in the area of the country you live?
Yeah, I think it's like nationwide.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought that was a Midwest thing.
No, there's also 1-800-Flowers.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
Do you know Empire?
The TV show?
800 Empire.
Oh, see, we were doing TV shows, so I just assumed you're talking about Empire, the TV show.
No, they were actually filming that TV show on my girlfriend's block. So they had all the parking blocked off this week. It was a real kicking. But yeah, that was the thing. Wait, what are other jingles? Do you guys know the Cars for Kids one? Like KARS, Cars for Kids. Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, cool. We're just gonna turn into a brand show.
I can't think of any other ones.
I mean, wait. Oh, there's one of these I can't say because it's gonna give away where I live. So never mind. Because I do know this one is a very specific one for where I live in the city of Chicago. So I can't.
Okay, I was gonna say like everyone knows you live in Chicago.
No, this one
a
like
big city.
yeah, this one is like very much like where I live in Chicago, and it would be getting way too close to home. Speaking of which, I changed my name on Facebook. Okay, thanks.
I don't get on Facebook that often, so I haven't even noticed.
Yeah, when I tag you in something next, you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. How's your guys' week?
It was good. I had off 2 days in a row, so had off from work.
Woo! No work.
No work. Then I went back today to craziness, so.
Can you guys also both speak up a little bit?
Sure.
No.
Okay, thank you. Ben, how's your week?
I'm enjoying my last week before fall semester starts, so I'm trying to milk every minute of this.
Woo woo! School.
Yep. 3 more days.
Hey, that's the spirit.
Isn't that kind of early for grad school? Oh, you're still an undergrad, right?
Yep, still undergrad.
That's it.
Yeah.
Last year.
Woo woo.
Woot.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations, Ben. If you don't invite me to your graduation, I'm gonna wage a formal complaint on this show.
He's just going to write a strongly worded email and only send it to you.
With 5, 6 other people that
I
I'm
will
trying to make a deal out of it.
No, it's fine. It's I will live podcast from graduation. I'm like, I went through this. I know what they're about to say. Oh, also at Purdue's graduation, they don't do the graduation song thing. You know, the famous graduation song. They don't do it.
Which famous graduate? I mean, there's a few that I can think of that are.
Yeah. Are you talking about the one that you sing at like kindergarten graduation?
Yeah, it's that one. It's like the really famous. It's like in every movie when you see a graduation, there's like that song.
The Vitamin C song?
You guys are the fucking.
Yeah, Vitamin C, yeah.
That's no. What are you talking about? No.
That's for,
Yeah,
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
that's the graduation song.
Yeah, I think it's literally called the graduation song.
Okay, I'm typing this up.
Or are you thinking of like "Good Riddance" by Green Day?
It's this.
A poorly chosen song for every graduation.
I'm gonna be mad if it is Vitamin C and you just don't know the name of it.
No, it's not that. I swear to Christ, it's not.
Are you talking like the pomp? They don't sing pomp and circumstance. They play.
Yeah, it's that. That's what it is.
Yeah, nobody ever sings that.
But no, they don't play it at graduation. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because that would be like a 3-hour rendition of that song.
Yeah, I don't think we played music at mine besides like the traditional walking down music when you walk in. And that's it.
For Purdue's, I don't remember what the song was. I have it on my phone. I was Snapchatting it because I'm a millennial piece of shit. So.
I fell asleep during my graduation, so you did a little bit better than I did.
I dozed off for a hot second, not during like the commencement, like the speech. There was like other stuff for like there's the veterinary grad school was graduating when we were, so I fell asleep during that. But like the girl next to me during graduation was sobbing her eyes out, like 65% of it, or she was like diagonally behind me, so I couldn't really sleep. Because I just had wailing behind me.
Like, was she scared to actually start her life? Or?
No, she was like happy tears, like, oh my god, I'm so happy I'm here, kind of thing.
No, I didn't have anybody that near me. I just had a ton of, like, the whole row in front of me and, like, 2 rows behind me, all the guys were just knocked out.
That's hilarious.
Like, good thing that we went up first, but... Like, my school went up the first ones, but I had no idea when I walked in that I was going up first.
Yeah. Ben, do you know what time your graduation's at?
Not a clue.
They haven't posted those?
They may have, but I have not sought out that information.
I pray that you are not the graduation I was. I think I was like the 7 a.m. Saturday one. Not good.
Yikes.
Not good.
I mean, I could do that. I've been up earlier.
Yeah.
It's not ideal, but I could.
But I feel like you just get it out of the way. You know, like, graduation really isn't for you. It's, like, for your family.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I'd rather just get it out of the way than, like, wait until, like, 4 o'clock.
Also, I'm glad we're having this conversation live on a podcast. And I'm glad your guys' weekend was good.
Where else would we have this conversation?
It's the opener.
You're right. No, I'm... Whatever, guys! I'm trying to stir up banter. But I'm glad you guys are doing well. I don't think I've done anything between the last podcast and this one. That's been literally uneventful in every single way.
I feel like sometimes that's needed, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, it's better than, like, dying in an explosion or something. Like, you know, things could be worse.
You're right. Actually, I've been watching The Tick. That's what I've been doing. You know what? If you guys don't want to reply to me, I don't even want to talk anymore.
I didn't know that was a replyable comment.
Whatever.
I thought it was just like a statement.
Thanks for asking me how it is.
They've discontinued The Tick, correct? I think Amazon pulled the plug on that show.
Yeah, it's only 2 seasons.
Okay.
I don't get why, because it is fantastic.
Well, that's like what's happening with all the Netflix shows. Like, they're all getting canceled and everyone's so upset about it. Because, like, the critics give it good reviews, but then Netflix is like, nah, bye.
Yeah, I don't really understand that either. There must be an actual, like, financial reason to do that. Because that's all what it's about is finance. So there must be a lucrative way to get people in for, like, 1 or 2, maybe even 3 seasons, and boom, cancel it, unless it's House of Cards or, like, Orange is the New Black or something.
I think they make so many, like Netflix in particular, they're making so many series that they're just like, all right, one of these has to stick.
Honestly, yeah. I was on there earlier today looking for stuff just to watch and get into and potentially subject you guys to. And I was like, what the fuck are all of these? Some of them actually sound like jokes in other, like, shows. Like, they don't sound like they're real shows, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's becoming self-aware at this point, Netflix. It's starting to parody itself.
Oh, yeah, it is definitely going into the realm of self-parody, just because I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. There's some of the shows that I'm like, this is legitimately Archer, but it's not Archer. Or this is, like, Bob's Burgers, but it's not Bob's Burgers. Like, it's like how Itchy and Scratchy is to Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
It gets even deeper once you go into the children's Netflix. There's
Oh.
some weird shit on there. Like I think they've taken up shows from like Russia and stuff like that. Just
Cool.
slapped on the Netflix title, and they're like, "Hey, here's a Netflix Kids original." Because my kids will just be watching it and like flipping through, and I'll stroll by the TV. I'm like, "What in the hell are you watching? Like, what Middle Eastern or Eastern European country is this from?"
It's Milush and Olsveg Find the Forest.
What's that?
Milush and Olsveg Find the Forest. Is that one of the shows?
One is called Masha and the Bear, and I'm pretty sure it's like Ukrainian or Russian.
Oh boy, that's actually super funny. I think we should review that for the podcast.
Boy, it's bad.
I try and stay away from the kids' side of Netflix. It's like that weird TV shows that I just won't get because I'm not a child. But like some of the kids' movies on there, I will say, I'm bringing it back.
Also, I have a question. What the fuck is up with bronies? Sorry, this took a really hard left turn, but we went to this place.
Aren't those just males who like My Little Ponies?
Isn't it guys who like jerk off to My Little Pony?
I don't know so much about that part, but I know that they're like adult male My Little Pony fans. Is that still a thing? I remember that was a thing like 5 or 6 years.
Like I know someone who I think used to be one, but like I used to have someone who was a friend that was a brony, but I haven't spoken to him in like years, so like, I don't know if he still is. All I know is he used to go to like Comic-Con and stuff and like just go for like the My Little Pony panel plus like other panels.
That's pretty metal. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad that may not be a thing. That also brought the idea of, do you guys know what furries are?
Of course.
Okay, well, I saw a few furries at Lollapalooza, which threw me off. I mean, it's probably a place that shouldn't throw me off, but one, they fuck each other, right? In those?
Maybe. I mean, I think that's the gist of it.
Okay. Second, those are like mascot costumes. How the hell are you wearing that at Lollapalooza? It's 105 degrees in the crowd, and there's 500,000 people.
You have it's like a mascot, so there's like a little fan inside.
Maybe I should have worn a furry
Proper
suit.
hydration.
Proper hydration, you're right.
Yeah, not everybody took your route through Lollapalooza.
You can wear like the little camelback hiking backpacks that you just have like a little spout on the side.
Yeah, I usually do that. This year I went fanny pack and not sleeves.
Like, I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about fanny packs coming in, making an appearance again.
Yo, fanny packs are fire. I'll argue with anyone about how cool a fanny pack is. Think about it. You have stuff on your waist, cell phone, keys, wallet, but also you're at Lollapalooza. You can have anything else in that fanny pack pocket. That's the See What Sticks lesson for this week.
Buy a fanny pack?
I mean, at that point, just get one of those drawstring backpacks. You can hold like twice as much stuff and not look like a dildo.
But I don't get those people that buy the fanny packs and then put them across their shoulder. Like, that just defeats the purpose of a fanny pack.
I'm not going to pretend I didn't do that at Lolla.
Yeah,
it's because your waist gets, as you go sideways, doesn't help with the tan lines that you get. But you go right here, let's say you have a bag of chips. There you go. You got a water bottle in there? Boom. Done.
That water bottle's crushing them chips.
Yeah.
You're at
Chips
Lollapalooza,
get all
dude.
soggy because of the condensation.
You guys are stressing me out right now. Fanny packs are cool, and I wore one. And they go well with any outfit.
False.
I'll wear a fanny pack on the red carpet. I said it here first. As a team, our first red carpet anything, I will wear a fanny pack.
Okay.
Alright.
There we go.
It's going to be live on the air. You have to hold up to it.
You think I won't. That's the thing. Like, you guys are like, you won't hold up to it. I'll show up with 5 fanny packs. Fanny packs are sexy, and they're efficient.
I mean, you need to get it from, like, a proper designer, though, so that when E! News comes up to you, you're like, what are you wearing? You're like, this fanny pack? Dolce & Gabbana or whatever?
Yeah.
Just buy one from Target and be like, who made this? Target.
Yeah. Yo, this is my Gucci fanny pack. What's up? I have nothing in here.
I'll admit Adidas has some nice ones, but they're just like long and slender, so you can't really fit much in it, but it looks sleek.
Yeah, mine is actually a Camelback brand fanny pack, which makes me look like a really cool soccer mom.
Does it have the little hydration pouch in the fanny pack?
It used to.
With a long straw going all the way into your mouth.
It used to, except the straw broke, so I had to take the bladder and straw component out and put a normal water bottle in there. Hashtag save the turtles. Okay.
Turtles are not endorsed on this show.
Yeah, so, movie news. That's what we talk about here on this podcast. Apparently there's going to be a live-action Aladdin sequel. Good.
You cut out. What live-action? What sequel?
Aladdin sequel.
Oh, what?
I don't even know. Is there an animated Aladdin sequel?
Yes, there is.
Return of Jafar. I think there was two sequels, actually. One, both were, straight to VHS.
Yup.
So are they just going to do an exact remake, shot for shot, word for word, of that one again?
Yeah, but there's going to be CGI lions, and it's going to be really not good. Did you like my slam on the Lion King?
Shots fired.
Yep.
The babies in The Lion King, because I did go see it, are the most adorable things ever. Look up what a baby warthog, whatever, however you say it, looks like. Nothing like an adult.
Oh yeah, it's like a little piglet.
It's so cute. I want one.
Well, yeah, I think a warthog is like a javelina. It'll kill you.
Well, I just want the baby. When
Yeah.
it gets bigger, I'll give it to a zoo.
You get the little teacup potbelly pigs, the ones that don't grow any bigger than a chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom won't let me have one in the house, so there's my issue.
Also, pigs will eat everything, and they find truffles for you. You know that's a thing that a pig can do? I didn't until very recently. You could train a pig to find fucking truffles.
I kind of don't want to know how you found this out.
Ben, did you know that's a thing you can do?
Yeah, I've heard about pigs and truffles and how they'll just eat everything that's been explored in a few different films and TV shows.
Yeah. I want to get a truffle hunting pig, and that's how we're going to make our wealth, is truffle hunting with pigs.
Well, I mean, Criminal Minds kind of taught me a different thing that pigs could do, so...
Pigs can eat all of your bones in your body, and they'll leave nothing behind. I learned that from one of those shows.
Criminal Minds.
Oh, okay, it's Criminal Minds, yeah. Someone sent me a YouTube clip of that, and I'm like, there's no way that's real. That's real.
Yeah, you get a pig, get hungry enough, it'll just, go through everything.
Yeah, they'll eat your walls. They'll eat drywall. Fucking wild.
Pigs, don't check them out.
Yeah, pigs. Not a home pet. So, what's the next piece of news? More recent news that, what's-his-face, Harry Styles, was in talks to play Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid and then turned it down.
Apparently, Harry Styles is still a thing.
Why was it? Because he kind of looks like Prince Eric.
He's got that jet black hair, though. I mean, of course they can color it, but...
They should have, Zac Efron play him.
Oh, yeah, he does have the blue eyes. But I don't think Zac Efron would do another musical. He said he wasn't going to do it, but then he did The Greatest Showman.
I've never seen The Little Mermaid.
You've never seen the original, the cartoon, The Little Mermaid, really?
Really?
Even without kids, I hadn't seen that.
Is that a plug-in for what next week's episode is going to be?
I will not do The Little Mermaid until we're forced to, because the new movie's coming out, and by algorithmic law of the internet and what people are searching, then you guys can force me to watch a children's movie I have no desire to see.
It's a quick watch, actually. It's only an hour and 10 or 15 minutes, really.
Yeah.
And I know...
You get to see little Flounder and Sebastian. It's the best part.
I'm aware of what the songs are, and I know the bad guy is a fat octopus squid woman. Yeah?
Of course, yeah. Ursula.
Yeah, Ursula. She's so underrated.
Okay, if you guys were to have a gun to my head and tell me what's the bad guy in Little Mermaid's name, or I'm going to kill you, you might as well unload those bullets, son, because I would never have known that.
See, at this point, I think you're just, like, willfully not recognizing the aspects of this film. Like, who doesn't know?
I am aware of who Sebastian is, and, like, Under the Sea, I'm aware of that, and I know the story. When she goes on land, she loses her, like, ability to speak and stuff. Spoiler alert. I'm aware of it.
It's just a Hans Christian Andersen's. It's just a Hans Christian Andersen's short story, but Disney just made it in a happy ending. Because the real ending, real shitty.
I've heard the real ending sucks.
That's just a fable about contract law and the fears and dangers of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing about the loophole, how she could have just, wrote everything down, and that's how she can communicate, but apparently that was too much work.
Yeah. You're right. Probably too much work.
There's urban legends about cartoon erections in that movie and everything.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the priest, when he's doing the marriage.
Yo.
Got a little boat.
Look it up on Google Images.
There's a Priest McChubbs in the movie? That's what I'm doing after this. Sorry, my keyboard's very clackety-clackety, so I will look it up afterwards. And my phone has to be in airplane mode, otherwise I get texts.
Oh, you're just popular, aren't you?
That was the most first world sentence I could have said. I'm sorry. What next? We have... Apparently, I don't give a fuck because I don't care about Star Wars anymore. Ewan McGregor is going to come back and play Obi-Wan in a Star Wars thing on Google+.
Google Plus?
Google Plus?
Not Google+. Disney+.
Disney Plus?
Disney.
Yeah. Sorry, it's all one...
Google Plus has been gone for a while.
Sorry, on Disney+. Do you guys give any shred of a shit?
Not really, no.
Yeah, if it turns out good, whatever. But I mean, if it were to come and pass and I didn't even notice it, no skin off my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when Disney Plus comes out, I'm not gonna go from first watch Star Wars, honestly.
Yeah, I understand. Are you guys actually buying Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to because I already subscribed to Hulu and ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
And so when they release that $12.99 package with all three, I'll be saving money.
Yeah. I know.
I can finally get Hulu because my brother won't give me his password. So.
Hulu is really good for Seinfeld, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Well, so my brother forgot his password, but he won't do the forgot password part on his laptop and have to change it everywhere.
And have to change it, yeah.
Yes, he won't do that, so.
Nice.
And still is also so good. That third season just ended.
Yeah.
Yes.
Third season was up and down though.
Praise be. So. Thank you. Have you guys ever seen Seinfeld?
Yes.
Of course.
We should do an episode about Seinfeld because
I thought you were going to say, we should watch all of Seinfeld for next week.
We should watch 65 hours of TV.
I'll just pick 2 episodes and that's it.
No, we should do a Seinfeld.
Do a full series.
Oh,
no. That'll just take way too much time to watch.
No, yeah, for sure. I was just thinking, Ben and I did a Simpsons episode last year. That we essentially just talked about our top 5 favorite episodes, favorite characters, that kind of thing. We should have Seinfeld.
Yeah.
We can do that.
But Seinfeld being a really good show, what did we watch this last week, guys?
Good Omens.
Good Omens.
This is going to be a fully spoiler review of this show. Tough shit. If you don't want to get spoilers, I'm sorry. Go watch it if you want to. What is your guys' opinion? Because we may all be on the same side of the coin on this one this week.
I thought it started very strong and ended very unevenly. If I were to give it a score or a grade, I guess, whatever you want to call it, I guess C+, maybe even just a solid C.
Yeah, I'd say we're definitely in that area of solid C. Ariane, what do you think?
Same. There were parts of it I liked, and other parts I particularly did not care for.
Yeah. So I love the chemistry between Michael Sheen's character, the Angel, and David Tennant as the Devil. I thought they were gold. On every second they were on screen, I loved it. Everything else that wasn't them talking to each other and doing their banter, I did not like.
Yeah, they really are like the redeeming quality of this show for me. Like you said, they're really, really good together. I mean, hell, they're great actors just by themselves. But yeah, everything else, especially like, and I don't know how much I can attribute this to just being like British television.
Oh, it's so British.
It's different. Like, it's not what I'm used to. I mean, and even there's some British TV that I do enjoy, like Fleabag on Amazon is amazing, and it has those like British qualities like with filmmaking and everything else. But this is just like, yeah, there were some just off-putting things about it for me.
It's so fucking British. I don't hate British things. I like British things. Like, my family is Irish. I had a British person live here in our house for 2 years as like a foreign exchange student thing. I like British. I like Graham Norton. I like Wallace and Gromit. A lot of British people are mad at me now, but I like Marmite. But what the fuck is this? I'm thoroughly upset.
Like, I liked it, but, like, I thought the two main guys were, fantastic. But to me, I didn't think, like, we need any, like, the background on them. Like, I get why it was there, like, to show their friendship throughout all the years that they have both been there. But I just felt like it took away from, like, what the main plot of the show is.
See, I love them going back in time, the Shakespeare stuff, the World War II stuff. I actually genuinely really enjoyed that. Everything else with like the witch hunter stuff and everything else was so... It just wasn't. Like, the stuff with them is very Douglas Adams, and I loved. Everything else seemed kind of chintzy.
And the kids.
Oh, so good.
I hope they grow up to be good actors, and bless their hearts. I wish nothing but the best for them, but I did not like them at all.
I didn't like the ending at all.
Yeah, so what did you guys think of the ending? Before we go back and actually talk about the plot of the show.
I thought the little switcheroo that they did in Heaven and Hell was a little bit predictable. But, I mean, it was still kind of like decently executed. And, of course, like we've established with Michael Sheen and David Tennant on screen, like, everything's going pretty well. But other than that, it was just, it's all kind of just...
Yeah, I do agree with that. I have another thought, but Ariane, what did you think?
I mean, the ending with Adam and Satan, I was just like, that didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Like, with how he stopped him, I was like, that, I was expecting a lot more, and I was like, that just doesn't, I mean, I get, like, why, like, it is significant for some things, but didn't do much for me.
Yeah, I agree. I do like that Benedict Cumberbatch is the devil.
Criminal underusage, though, of him. Like, they should have just used him as himself.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, some weird, lame-looking, like, CGI devil.
I like that the CGI throughout this entire thing was kind of shit. I don't know about you.
I don't know if it was intentional or not.
I kind of like it. I think it was funny. And if that's what they were going for, it's incredible because it's so clearly what it is. I thought it made the show better. If it went Game of Thrones level, like photorealistic, I think it would have detracted from this kind of goofiness that it is.
Yeah, I thought it gave the show character.
Yeah. I also do like that David Tennant wears sunglasses the entire time because he has snake eyes. And the whole time I was like, okay, these guys can like create miracles and do all this other stuff. Why don't they just change their appearance to not have snake eyes and look that way? That was my first thing. I'm like, it's so obvious that these guys are out of place. That was the one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, the weird Jesus crucifixion scene at the beginning of episode 3 was very off-putting.
It was different tonally than a lot of everything. I really wasn't sure what to think of that, but I was just like, well, that was the crucifixion, okay.
Yeah, I was like, damn, they're showing the, like, death of Jesus in that one. That's wild. And they don't even, like, have them at the, like, resurrection of Jesus. Maybe that would, like, stir some feathers religiously speaking. I don't know. But also, this show writes out evolution.
Yeah.
And that's not, like, I'm not saying, like, pro or anti.
Stir some feathers, though. Like, did you guys see the kind of backlash, I guess, from the more fundamentalist right, like, about the show? How they tried to get the show pulled from Netflix?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I feel like it's like they were trying to, do both sides so there wouldn't be, backlash.
Yeah.
But then pointing out the obvious signs that they were trying to do that, so it just caused more backlash.
Yeah, I don't know. The show is just essentially pointing out, like, how ridiculous all this is when you really look at it. Like, all of religion everywhere. It's just like, we're not telling you what you should or shouldn't think, but this stuff is bonkers. Like, if you, like, take it for face value or, like, if you read it as it is, it's just total nonsense. And I think the show does a good job of that. And it doesn't say that you're wrong. It just says, just take a look at what you're doing and what this story is. And I do like that. But, guys, what is the story of this show? Because I think we've talked about this for, like, 8 minutes and not said what the show is about.
It's so scatterplot, though. Like,
One
I guess
sentence.
The overall sort of thing is David Tennant being a demon and Michael Sheen being an angel. Basically, like, they are trying to stop the end of the world.
Yeah.
That's kind of the overall thing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to stop the Antichrist from kind of fulfilling his full potential, and there's been a switch or a mishap at the hospital where the Antichrist was born. He was supposed to go to an American diplomat family. He got accidentally put with some normal British family, and they really don't go that far into that past like the first episode or two.
Yeah. So it's just about preventing the end of the world, but there's a lot of, like, plots, like you're saying, that don't ever get fulfilled properly. I think the whole switcheroo of the babies with the card trick thing, that metaphor, that's really funny. They could have gone so much deeper with that. Like, that sequence, in essence, is hilarious. But they just don't fulfill it. There's a lot you could go do. You could do a whole back in time episode with Crowley and Aziraphale, who are like the angel and devil, or devil and angel respectively. You could totally have done that. You could have done so much, like the Black Knight scene where Crowley's the Black Knight and Aziraphale's kind of like King Arthur. It is so good. It's just like, wait, you're here? And they keep bumping into each other. I love that. But like you said, with the kids, it just isn't good. The supporting cast, I didn't like any of like the angels and devils besides the two main ones. I thought John Hamm was underused and used improperly. Frances McDormand, who's God, is really good. But apart from those two, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of like Nick Offerman, like his like diplomatic American family. Like, I wanted to see like kind of the goofiness of like, oh, that kid is supposed to be the Antichrist, but they really don't like come back to him once when his family's like out in the desert or whatever, and they're trying to, or like where it's supposed to start off, but then the other demon with like the goop on his head or whatever realizes it's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's like the only time we really ever see them outside of or past the hospital gaff, and I think that could have been mined for a little bit more. Like, have the demons like been pursuing the wrong child like more so than what we've seen. I think they could have gotten some more laughs out of that, but instead we focused more on the British kids.
Yeah, I mean, I also liked Jack Whitehall, his little character, because he was the guy. He was the the computer engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I only like him because I saw him on he popped up on videos on Facebook.
See,
he's like a comedian in real life besides this.
Okay. The fucking witch plot made me so upset.
Really, its whole purpose was just to lead towards that end point where he messes up the launching of nuclear weapons. Really, was there any other real purpose?
No, and they set up so much.
I thought the witch plot was for that purpose, and then to also help Crawley find out that they had the wrong kid, to find out where the kid is. Because remember, the witch is in the back seat of the car because he hits her with the car.
With the book.
And then he takes the book, and then it's the really obvious, the mom says, you're looking, you can stare at a book, but you're looking in the wrong places, and then who finds the right words?
Yeah.
The next scene after.
Yeah, Aziraphale, and he, calls the parent, and their number's literally 666. I thought some of that was clever. It was I see what they did there. That's quite clever. But, I don't know. So much of the show is just, really clever, half-baked sketch ideas gamished into a show that doesn't land enough.
Is it bad that I kind of feel like it's like this show, where everyone's scatterbrained?
Yeah.
With, different topics, and then they somehow try to manage to mesh it all in the end?
Yeah, I don't...
Yeah. I'm wondering how faithful it was to the source material that it was Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett's original work. I've never read that before, so I don't know if it's a little bit more coherent.
I kind of want to read it now just because of it.
Yeah, I love Neil Gaiman. I love all the comic book stuff he's done. He's fantastic and incredibly good. And it just makes me think there's something good here. The execution is all over the place. Paul Hollywood would say in the Great British Baking Show, the flavor's good, but the texture's totally wrong.
Love him.
But, that's how I could describe the show. The flavor's good, the idea's good, but the texture's totally wrong. It isn't presented the right way. And, yeah, I think this show actually is one of the rare times where I think a TV show would be better as a movie rather than a movie being a TV show. If this was a 2-hour thing, I think it'd be really good.
I'm just trying to think if it was a 2-hour thing instead of hour-long episodes. They would have to obviously cut some stuff out, but would it make sense?
I think it would make a lot more sense because you could simplify the whole plot of Aziraphale and Crowley. You could do a whole montage at the beginning, and then you could have this whole idea. You could cut out the whole Crowley yelling at plants thing, which is a funny bit, but there's a lot of these little one-off bits that you don't need. The whole dog thing, you could do the demon dog being a puppy. You could do it quicker. You could do less with the witch. You could have it kind of be a little more expositionally. With the great-great-great-great-grandmother witch who wrote all the prophecies properly. I don't know. There's just a lot you could cut out, and the whole ending sequence you could do in 10 minutes. That's just what I think. I think this would be better as a movie, or if someone could re-edit this into a 2-hour and 20-minute thing, it'd be perfect.
It would definitely need to be tightened up a lot.
Yeah.
Even the parts that are necessary to keep in. Yeah, it would need some rewriting and some tightening up.
Yeah, I don't hate everything about this. I know this is the first time we've ever done something on the show where we gave it a real kicking besides The Matrix, but I think the tightening up is definitely a good phrase for what this show needs. It needs. I think it doesn't know exactly what its story is, and something that I was watching when I was doing some research on Lord of the Rings stuff was when they wrote the script for Lord of the Rings, the films, they cut out everything in the story that wasn't Frodo-centric. And that's why those movies work so well, because they have here's Frodo, he's essentially your main character, here's his goal. That's how the movies start and end, basically. And they have to fill in the universe, but this could have done that. but it didn't. So, I don't know. I think, yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. How about you guys?
Yeah, it was A for effort. I had high hopes for it after the first couple episodes. It seemed like it had more of a goal in mind for the first 2 episodes. Like everything was really on track, and then once it started to try and expand more to bring in more kind of fleshing out of, and this is one of those weird times when it's like they tried to flesh out more. There are a lot of different characters and angles for the show, but it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And so, that's when it just really started to lose its focus, and it's disappointing.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yep. Have you guys seen the movie Hitch with Will Smith?
Yes.
You know the scene where he's teaching, is it Kevin James, how to dance? He's like, you're going all over here. You just got to keep it right here. Just keep it right centered, keep it controlled. That's what this show needed, is that line from that movie. But yeah. I'm actually really glad we all agreed on kicking this, because I thought I was going to be the only one who was like, I'm thoroughly disappointed, but I'm so glad we all can kick this one together.
No. I'm kind of still mad that the kid's name is Warlock. Like, I know, not a real thing, but I mean, come on.
A bit on the nose there, yeah.
Yeah, there was a few things that like happened this I'm like, that's very clever actually. Like the sobering up thing where they essentially like force the alcohol out of themselves. I thought that was quite funny, and a few of those like sight gags were really good. But other than that, I'm like, oh come on, like you can be more clever. I've seen it. But yeah.
Yeah, actually, I had a really, really funny line from Michael Sheen. I forget who it was that he was like facing down, but he said like, "Oh, please don't kill me. That'll be so much paperwork."
Yeah,
and that's just like a perfect little like amalgamation of like his overall character. It just doesn't want to deal with that kind of bureaucratic heavenly stuff, and I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, that and like the things in World War II with the books and everything else, you could just see what kind of character he is and what kind of character Crowley is at their core, where both of them want to do the right thing. They're both misguided in very opposite directions.
The thing that I still don't get is like at the ending where like they're on like the airplane like runway.
Yeah.
And they're with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that come into play throughout the whole thing. Why each kid got to kill one?
Yeah. That there was no explanation for that other than just like, oh look, 4 here, 4 there. That was
Blazing sword that just fell to the floor because I killed someone. Let's have the other child pick it up. Unless I just missed the explanation of why they did that.
Right, they never went into like why this specific child would pick up the sword against like pollution. Like this kid, I don't ever remember him ever saying anything about he was like environmentally conscious or something like that.
Yeah,
it just seemed completely random.
Like, yeah, I get like pollution, saying you want to be, saving the environment. Kind of not a play on words, but like goes hand to hand.
Yeah, I agree with that. And have you guys seen X-Men?
Yeah.
Which one?
Number 2, the one with William Stryker.
The best one, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The death is William Stryker.
Oh.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
The voice?
Yeah, that's who that is. Yeah, you're right. That is the best X-Men movie. That movie's fantastic, and we should just watch that for the podcast. That movie's so good.
Well, the best one that has X-Men in the title, like, if we're talking mutant movie, like, Logan by far is my favorite.
Epilepsy awareness movie. But actually, though. Because he's having seizures.
Which part? Oh, okay. I thought there was, like, a moment in the movie that was, like, watch out, like, this could trigger it.
I mean, no, but Professor Xavier's having seizures throughout the movie, and I'm like, hey, mine don't do that to people, but that would suck if they were making your head explode. But yeah, that line brought to you by my epilepsy. But yeah, speaking of which, did you guys see Rocket Man yet? because Elton John also has epilepsy.
Yes, I have.
I've not seen it yet. I should probably rent that this weekend. Check it out.
Yeah. Fantasto Blasto. Must do. But I'm glad we all gave Good Omens a
A solid do better.
Yeah, it's a solid do better, yeah.
Yeah, like, you can't say there's nothing wrong with it, because there were some good parts.
Yeah, no, there was
just
definite moments.
It wasn't a fully good streamline. It was, like, up and down.
Yeah, I would recommend watching this one if you're sick and you have nothing else to watch. Or if you're on, like, a plane. Like, if you're on a really long flight somewhere and you just want something, like, kind of to turn your brain off, watch this.
Yeah, but I was paying attention, because I watched the first episode, didn't pay attention, because I was doing other things, and then didn't know where the hell episode 2 was going, so I had to rewatch episode 1.
Oh, I paid attention. I still didn't know where it was going. So, but yeah. So, have you guys... Topic change. Have you guys seen The Dark Crystal?
No.
Nope.
Would you guys be interested in watching The Dark Crystal?
I mean, is it readily available somewhere?
Let's look right now on the internet.
I thought it was on Netflix.
It might be, since they have the rights to do a TV show for it. It would make sense that it is. Let's look. Sorry, I just turned my phone back on, guys. I'm about to get a bunch of dings.
Oh my God, Russell.
I'm sorry.
Why are you so popular?
Group chats? It is on Netflix. Would you guys want to do The Dark Crystal and Seinfeld for next week?
Is that going to be too full of an episode, or should we stick with one or the other?
You want to just do Dark Crystal? We can do Dark Crystal in 2 weeks, because that's when the show comes out. And we can do Seinfeld next week.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I have gotten a comment.
We're going to watch the entirety of Seinfeld and Friends in less than a week.
Oh, wait. I'm going to get back to Friends in a fucking second. I got a comment on our show that people, I don't know if the person who commented was being serious or joking, likes the fact that we discuss next week's plans on this week's episode kind of thing, so they know what to, like, expect. There's never a surprise with this show.
That, and I feel like it's just the thing of, like, people don't want to listen to the next one because they don't like the show or the movie. They just like, oh, I'll skip next week.
Yeah. Except the random times Ben and I used to talk about a topic on the show.
I was going to say, if they're a long-time listener, they might have been disappointed a baker's dozen times when we were like, yeah, let's do this next week. Next week comes around, nothing about that.
It's like the next time on Arrested Development. It was literally that as a bit, but we just baked it into the show. I think we should start doing that every now and then, like hype up something and just not touch it.
Yeah, but just knowing me, I would actually do what we said that we were going to watch and then not be prepared.
Wait,
It took us a solid 2 months to finally get around to our Harry Potter and Friday the 13th series. Like, we just kept saying we were going to do it.
Oh, that was so many hours of TV. Those were an undertaking. Yeah, I think that'd be really funny. We should all... I've been thinking about doing that, texting both of you different things to watch, and like keeping it going on both sides, and then having an episode be like, so, Ben, did you watch Family Guy? And Ariana would be like, we were supposed to watch Family Guy? Just a whole thing. Or flip it and be like, Ariana, how'd you like Bob's Burgers? I just want to see how that would go.
Just like go along with it and just be like, you know what, I watched the wrong thing, and just play along with whatever you two are going to talk about.
And I would watch a third thing. It'd be good. It'd be kind of like how the show normally is, but we wouldn't even have a main topic.
Chaos.
Oh, complete
chaos.
But yeah, so we could do the Dark Crystal in 2 weeks. Do you guys have any conception of what that is?
None whatsoever.
Other than what we discussed a little bit earlier, like you had to jog my memory, but yeah, I have the vaguest clue of what it is.
Have you guys ever seen Labyrinth with like David Bowie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen The Neverending Story?
No,
Long time ago.
I just know the song from Stranger Things.
Oh, it's very similar to those things. If you've seen Labyrinth, it's very like puppets and Jim Henson, but also dark and mystical. It's cool. I don't know. I like it a lot. My parents showed it to me way too young, and it messed me up. But it's fine. I think
next week Russell's going to give it rave reviews.
Oh, no, I love this movie. It's one of my favorites.
Have you seen it recently? Like, is it one of those things where you got your nostalgia goggles on and you're going to come back next week depressed as hell, like, my childhood was not what I thought it was?
I was actually planning on watching it tonight after this because I'm at home house sitting and I have nothing else going on. I was planning on literally putting on that TV, sitting in that sofa and watching. I really hope you guys don't get a text message in an hour and 40 minutes from now being like, man, fuck, I don't want to do that for next week's episode.
I do like how you say your house sitting your own house.
What? Sorry, guys. Hi, I'm Russell. I'm sitting alone in a house by myself. This is fun. It gives me a sense of purpose if I say I'm house sitting, not like I have no social life. Think smarter.
Oh, that's the case. I'm constantly house sitting.
Yeah, exactly.
You could just be like a responsible adult. It's Thursday, you're staying in because you have work tomorrow morning. Like, you can just say that.
I'm being a responsible adult because I have work in the morning, like a responsible adult. Yep. But yeah, so I was planning on watching The Dark Crystal, but if I really hate it after tonight, sorry guys, the episode may be different next week. No, I'm just kidding. It is quite good.
If you hate it, we have to discuss this. We have to discuss what you remembered as being good and then why you don't like it now. And this is all assuming that you don't like it. I mean, you're most likely, you're probably going to remember everything that you liked and then, like, yes, you still like it. You know, that's what happens most of the time, I would guess. But just in case, we're going to discuss this.
Oh, yeah. I think we should also do one for October. We talked about this like 7 episodes ago of doing a month of horror for October.
I'm always down for that.
Yeah. Yep. I think we should do one and do one of the episodes just like talking out loud for the show because I do get feedback from my friends who listen. Hey, friends who listen. Thanks for listening. We should do one on the movies that scared you the most as a kid.
Okay.
Yeah. Or at least the movie that scared you the most as a kid and we all watch that one. And then we'll just do like 3 mini reviews in that week kind of thing. Just like 5 or 10 minutes on each one.
Okay.
Just because I think it'd be interesting to see what movie scared each of us the most as a kid.
I have like moments in movies that scared me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about like whole movies, but like I can specifically think of a few different moments in movies that just like upset me to the point where I was like scared or like didn't want to watch a movie anymore.
Do you guys want to know? I mean, we'll talk about it in October. Do you guys want to know the movie that scared me the most as a kid?
Sure.
It is the movie Princess Mononoke, the Hayao Miyazaki film. It was the movie that scared me the most as a child. That movie...
What about it?
I saw it when I was pretty young, because that movie came out in like 1995. That was the year I was born. So I probably saw it in like 99. So I was like 4, maybe in 2000. And my parents are big movie people. And they showed it to me because it was a cartoon, and my parents didn't realize that cartoons weren't just for kids. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Don't worry, I've grown up to love this movie. And I watched it in the beginning with the pig, with the tendrils attacking the kid on the elk. Really got to me, and a lot of the really like violent, dark animated imagery, because as a kid when you think cartoons you think Disney or you think like Looney Tunes. You don't think severing boars to pieces with swords or blowing things up and having blood in cartoons. And it was really jarring to me, even though I'd seen much more violent movies and I'd seen Lord of the Rings by this point, and that didn't mess with me at all. But having it in a cartoon hit this safe place.
Yeah, that stuff was happening in a place, in a safe space, like in your mind.
Yeah, and it freaked me out to the core. And after that, I didn't watch anime for, like, any kind of anime for, like, 10 years. I'm, like, not kidding. But, yeah, we can do Princess Mononoke, because it's not a horror movie, so it'll be a little different for us to talk about movies that may not be horror movies, but still scared us.
Uh-huh.
Ben, what's a movie scared you?
A movie that scared me?
Yeah.
The original Scream came out in, 95, 96 or something like that, so I was only 9 or 10 years old. And, I had been fairly educated on kind of like pop culture and like people who are supposed to be like leading actors, actresses, and stuff like that. And watching Drew Barrymore get killed off in the first 10 minutes of that movie fucked me up. Like, I was like, this is not supposed to happen. Like, she's not supposed to die. She's on the front cover of this movie.
That's great marketing, by the way.
It is so good. So good marketing.
Interesting.
Yeah, that messed me up. It took me like a couple years to like finish that movie after that, because I'm like, if this is how this is going to be, I don't know if I can finish this.
Yeah, that's interesting. It like hit you in a safe space as well, where you're like, okay, this person's going to last through it. I know I can attach myself to this person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ariana, what about you?
I mean, there's like Ben said, like little scenes from different movies, but I think really the biggest one is probably Human Centipede.
Oh, okay. That
like, it's not scary, it's just gross, creepy. And like, I watched it when I was 11 at a friend's house because we were over like going night swimming in his pool. And like, his mom was like, "Don't put on Human Centipede." When she went upstairs, so of course, like, she went upstairs, we were all hanging out in his basement, and he put on Human Centipede.
That feels like a plant. Like, hey, wink, wink, don't put this on.
Yeah, don't put it on, because he like watched it. His mom was like, "I don't want you watching that," because like she came down while he was watching it one day and was like, "You're not allowed to watch this anymore."
That movie, admittedly, is really fucked, but that's funny. That's like the funniest way to watch that movie is with a bunch of other kids when you're 11, not when you're like 18 in high school by yourself because your friends at your lunch table were like, "Bro, you gotta watch this."
Yeah, it was when we were 11. Like, parents says don't do it. Naturally, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I understand that one.
And I only watched half the movie, and I have not finished the movie at all.
Ben, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I have not finished it.
That movie is... If you watch it as an adult, it's actually kind of funny. It's really weird and gross, but it borders on comedy.
Yeah, it's just an absurd movie.
Have you seen Tusk? It's kind of like Tusk.
Well, they made a Human Centipede too, so...
Wait, there's a sequel?
I think so, yeah.
Wait,
third one.
Wait.
There's at least 2 sequels.
Hold the fucking phone.
You two can do a show on Human Centipede 1, 2, and 3. I will not be partaking in that.
Okay, no, we're not going to. There are 3 of them.
At least.
What is the conceit of 2 and 3? Because you have 1, and 1 is 3 people. For those of you who don't know what Human Centipede is, it's 3 people sewn together like a human centipede, and it's real weird.
Who would make it in the first place? That's my question. It did not need to be made. It should not have been made.
Hey, so Ben and I have dabbled with the idea of doing commentaries for this show over movies, and then you can sync them up. Hey, Ben, I know of one we could do a commentary for.
You two can do it. I will not listen to that episode or partake in it. I'll skip them.
So, wait, Ben, what is the conceit of number 2 and 3?
I have not seen either of them. I just know they exist.
Let me Google something.
One was enough for me. I'm like, this is dumb and weird.
Hang on. I'm Googling it right now.
Okay. For those of you out there, we are live Googling what Human Centipede 2 and 3 are about. I'm going on private search on my phone.
Alright, the poster, no go.
I know that each sequel has like a dumb little like subtitle.
Yeah, so this one is Human Centipede 2 Full Sequence.
Ew, gross.
It's the description on Google says, a depraved mama's boy goes on a killing and collecting spree to recreate the experiment portrayed in Human Centipede First Sequence. I
What?
didn't know Human Centipede had a subtitle.
Wait.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Human Centipede 1 is a movie in Human Centipede 2? Is there a Human Centipede-averse?
I haven't watched it, so I wouldn't know. You can gladly watch it and find out.
I'm intrigued.
Alright, Human Centipede 3, the final sequence. Oh, thank God. To punish his prisoners, a sadistic warden and his right-hand man latch a scheme to suture, however you say it, 500 inmates together.
500 ass-to-mouth sequences.
The same guy that was in, like, I guess the main character in Centipede 2 is in Centipede 3. So unless they're keeping everybody, you know...
There's a Human Centipede-averse. Guys,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are as
I don't know if
hype
it's
as
in
I
Centipede
am.
1. Let me check. Is he...
Human Centipede 2, the
so.
centipeding.
Alright, no, I don't think he's in the first one, but he's in 2 and 3.
Yeah. This is like the same kind of morbid curiosity I have for watching a movie called A Serbian Film, which I will never watch because I know enough about it to not watch it. Like, I know way too much about that film to watch it, but it has that same part of the morbid curiosity part of my brain. So, I have that thing, that trypophobia thing with, like, the fear of all the little, like, holes and pores that gives me the really big ick factor and I start gagging. But then there's that part of your brain that's like, I want to Google a picture of it. And then if you do, you're like, what the fuck did I just do to myself? It's that part of my brain.
Alright, so I just Googled, I found out when Human Centipede came out in 2009. I was not 11, I was 13.
In 2000... Yeah.
I want to say, like, the 2 sequels were probably just able to be made off of the infamy of the first one.
Oh, yeah.
And that's simply it. Like, there's no way that those movies made money.
That's not even a Blumhouse thing.
So if you Google Human Centipede, you know how it says, like, the little thing on the top says, like, related to the Human Centipede?
Yeah.
There's one that's called Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah, that's a
Christ.
classic.
How?
It's one of the first... It's like one of the first found footage movies.
Really?
Yeah, it's about like a tribe of like cannibals basically, and like the research team like goes in there, and it's all, you know, fictional, but it's one of the first more famous found footage films, and it was for a long time banned in a lot of countries because of the realism of it.
That's what I was going to ask. Is that one of those really famously banned movies like Human Centipede or a Serbian Film or some of those that are like, you have to go on like 4chan to find them, like to find links to them?
Yeah, I mean, Cannibal Holocaust is pretty readily available nowadays. Like, if you were to go find it, I mean, hell, you could probably go on Amazon and get a Blu-ray of it. But back in the day, when it was released in, like, the 70s, I'm pretty sure 70s, yeah, like, back then, like, no, it was hard to get your hands on it because of the content in it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how we got to this. What?
It's kind of like a banned book, like,
Yeah.
what was it, To Kill a Mockingbird was banned for a couple years.
Sorry, I thought you guys said The Babadook, and I'm like, I think The Babadook is on Netflix, but no,
The banned book lists, like, that, Catcher in the Rye.
Almost to answer your
Fahrenheit
question, we got onto it because you asked what movie
scared
made
us.
me scared when I was younger.
Oh, yeah.
Human Centipede.
Yeah. That's interesting. Saw scared me because home invasion is one of my biggest fears. Saw is terrifying to me.
Michael Myers still scares me.
Wait, what scares you, Ariana?
Mike Myers.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, Ben,
Correct.
Wait, you have a movie for me then?
Oh, yeah. It's a French film called Inside. It's a home invasion film, and oh my god, it's good.
I'm sure it's actually thrilling, but that hits this, like, terrified factor in me that I can't do. I can do any kind of, like, It or The Thing or any paranormal thing, but real stuff, so scary to me.
Have you seen Hush?
Yes, that was good.
I have not.
So it's a home invasion film, but
Good.
the main character
Uh-huh.
is deaf.
Ooh, that's
Yep.
a very
Did not
interesting...
watch it at night. I did. I will admit, I did have a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the protagonist in Inside is pregnant.
There you
And
go.
the person that's trying to get in is another woman that wants that baby.
Oh, it's one of those.
Oh, that's a really interesting premise.
It's part of the French extreme horror genre.
Yeah.
It is very graphic,
Yeah.
but it's a damn good movie.
We've talked about a few of those Jesus Christ, a few of those films last year when we did Halloween horror stuff. But yeah, that's interesting. That's a morbid curiosity one. Damn it. There's a few other those.
Man, I'm sorry. I could go on about like home invasion, like good European horror movies where they take it to the fucking nth degree.
Oh, I'm sure.
Martyrs is another very good one.
Really?
Martyrs gets philosophical though.
I can imagine with the name.
Yeah, it gets to a weird place where it's very unexpected, but it's a good movie. I can't say any more without spoiling it, so I should just shut up.
Huh, interesting. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I kind of want to watch some of these now, but then I'm going to be like just a wreck on next week's episode.
Oh, see, your mind goes to those. I want to go back to watch Halloween Town.
If we do Gremlins, is that a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
It's Christmas.
I feel like that's like asking if Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
And it is. So is Star Wars. Star Wars is always going to be a Christmas movie for me. I don't know why. In my brain, it's a Star Wars movie. Or it's a Christmas movie. It just is. And Space Jam is a baseball movie.
There's no objective way of saying that's true.
It starts and ends with baseball.
It literally starts with basketball, though. It starts with young Michael Jordan playing basketball in his garage.
Because he's Basketball Jones?
Driveway.
Yeah, it's like the intro.
He's a Basketball Jones. That's the song that's playing. And then we have R. Kelly's I Believe I Can Fly in that movie. Not dated at all. But yeah.
I hope they bring that back in Space Jam, too.
Space Jam.
Maybe a different person singing it, though.
Yeah, different person, but like that song is like iconic for that movie.
Oh, yeah.
You could have a duet of Bill Cosby and Louis C.K. doing it. Thank you for not laughing at my horrible joke.
Boo.
You're welcome.
Fuck you guys. But no, Space Jam 2 is going to be good. I just hope... I don't even know who the players are going to be in it. Besides LeBron.
I mean, I'm assuming it's still on, right?
Yeah, it's happening.
I just haven't heard anything about it.
I think Kevin Durant is in it. Draymond Green. Anthony Davis.
I hope they're as bad as actors as, like, the original.
Oh, I want...
And Mosey Bogues.
I want Russell Westbrook to be in it and just not want to be there at all. I want Jimmy Butler to not want to be there. I want Kawhi Leonard to think he's the best. I'm just trying to go through some stereotypes here for players. But
I don't know who else is in it.
Is Larry Bird in the original one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one that's playing golf with Bill Murray and Newman from Seinfeld.
Oh, Stan Podolak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know how we got onto this, but I'm excited. I love Looney Tunes. I'm a huge sucker for them. Guys, what's your recommendation for next week?
Not Good Omens.
Not Good Omens. I have one. Watch The Tick. It's really good.
I can't remember if I already recommended this. I put The Society.
We can look. If you didn't, what's The Society?
Society. I don't remember what I recommended, honestly.
It's okay. Last week I recommended a book.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recommended it, I think. Oh, I recommended the Pixar movie.
Yeah. Which I did watch. It's quite good. Very interesting. Right? Yeah.
Very good.
There's one, there's a documentary about Cambridge Industries or Cambridge International that you should watch. It's about data farming. Holy shit. you're never going to want to go on your phone again. Watch that. But, Ben, what's your recommendation?
I don't have any specific recommendations this week. Yeah, just watch Good Omens. Go play, if you have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, go play that again.
I have one because it came out today, actually. Season 3, Mindhunter.
That was on Season 3 already?
Yeah, it just came out. Like they did like early preview apparently.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to come out tomorrow, but you know how Netflix sometimes ups it the last minute. Yeah, because they're doing. I think they're doing Ted Bundy. I think this year on this season.
Interesting.
That sounds. Yeah.
But I don't know how they find these actors that look exactly like these serial killers.
Good casting. Ben, I thought when you were saying you can play Breath of the Wild again, you were like, if you guys have Age of Empires 3 on your computer from 1998, go play that.
Go play Command and Conquer Red Alert 2.
Yeah, go play the original StarCraft, guys. That's our recommendation. Oh, boy. Those just got real deep cuts real fast. Have you ever played the original StarCraft?
Never played any of them.
What? They're so good. If you like Age of Empires and like little civilization building games with tower defense things to it, they're a lot of fun. RTS. It's a good time.
Not my jam.
Yeah. I understand. You're probably more of a GoldenEye guy.
I like a little bit of everything, just except like real-time strategies and stuff like that. Just doesn't really do it for me.
Interesting. Good to know. That's the show, guys. I'm signing off. We have a website and stuff. I'm Russell.
I'm Ariana.
Ben, you're stuck signing us off.
What? Oh, never mind. Okay. I'm Ben. Thanks for listening. Nothing and everything. Catch us next week. Bye.